Hello, my sweet friends. Today we are going to be doing a ranking video. So, I love chocolate here on this channel, so I'm going to be ranking my favorite chocolates. This is a list of Canadian and US chocolates that are very easily available in these two countries. And yeah, some of these things I do not know, so the ones I don't know I can't judge, but the ones I do know, I'll be judging them from S to, I don't know. So S is like superior tier, then there's like A, B, and C, and D. So D's bad, like a report card, you don't want to get D's. You want to get as many A's as you possibly can. I guess S's are like A++. And then, yeah, for the ones I just don't know, I will put them in this don't know section right here. So let's start off. Of course, the one we're starting off with is one I do not know, a Heath bar. I know it exists. I've heard of a Heath bar before, never had it, so I can't judge it one way or the other, so it goes right there. Almond Joy. Okay, I've heard of Almond Joy. I'm pretty sure in my lifetime I've had Almond Joy. I assume it has almonds in it, because why would it be called Almond Joy otherwise? But I can't really judge it because I don't really know. Like, does it have caramel in it? Does it have toffee in it? I have no idea. So this is going in the I don't know section. Toblerone. So, Toblerone I feel is a very Christmassy, very holiday chocolate. Here in Canada, there's a restaurant, like a family basic restaurant called Swiss Chalet. They were bigger deals back in the 80s and 90s. But anyways, it's a very basic restaurant. They sell a lot of chicken and they have some special sauce people rave about. I don't really think it's anything special. Anyway, every Christmas, they have a promotion where they have this special holiday meal and it comes with Toblerones. So I always associate it with Christmas and Swiss Chalet. I've had it at Christmas a few times. It's mainly just like a milk chocolate. I think there might be something else to it, but I don't know, it's okay. It's kind of basic. This is a type of chocolate that I wouldn't buy, but if somebody presented it in front of me, I would eat it. So I'm going to put Toblerone. If there was a B- C+ section, I'd put it there. But I think I might have to, I'll put it in the B column, B row. Okay, Baby Ruth. Baby Ruth is one that you don't really see too much here in Canada. I believe, actually, I don't know if I've ever seen it here in Canada, but I've had it when I've gone to the US. It's basically, if I'm correct, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's very similar to my faves down here, I believe. I believe Baby Ruth, it's a peanut-based chocolate bar. And it's been pretty good. I love peanut chocolate bars. I hope I'm getting it right. I'm pretty sure I'm right. So I'm going to put this as, I'll put it as a B tier. I don't really have it that often, so. Aero bar. So Aero bar is milk chocolate, and it has a lot of air bubbles in it. So it makes it very nice and light. And sometimes you just want a little bit of chocolate. The older you get, the less chocolate and candy you want to eat. So I like this better now that I'm a bit more mature, but it's also a chocolate that I wouldn't choose at the store. Like, again, if somebody gave it to me, I'd eat it, but I wouldn't choose it. So I'm going to put this as a B tier. Mounds. I think Mounds is a coconut chocolate bar, but I'm not sure. And I don't really know, so I can't really talk about it too much, so I'm going to put it in the don't know section. Same with this one, 100 grand. I've heard of it, and I definitely feel it's more of an American chocolate than Canadian. I've never had it, so I'm going to put it in the I don't know section. Kinder Bueno. Ugh. Kinder Eggs. Sold in Canada. I think it's sold basically everywhere in the world except for the US because of the small pieces of toy that comes in it, and it's geared towards children. Kinder Bueno, I believe, tastes very similar to the actual Kinder Surprise egg, which, if I'm being honest, doesn't really taste all that good. I've had this maybe a handful of times in my life. I think I went at the train station a while ago. They were giving it away, and so I ate it because it was free, but I wouldn't choose to buy this. I would put this in the C tier. Mr. Big. Now, I'm always getting a little confused as to whether Mr. Big has either peanut or peanut butter in it. I don't know, but it's a very big chocolate bar. It's kind of airy. It has like a wafery kind of situation in it, and I think it might either have like toffee or caramel. This is a chocolate I probably haven't had in over 10 years, that's for sure. Or maybe over 5 years. It's okay. It's not a chocolate bar I would choose. It does have marshmallows in it. It has like something airy in it. It's okay. I'm going to put this as a B tier. Big Turk. I'm pretty sure I've had this in my lifetime, but I don't really remember what it is. So I can't really judge it. So I'm going to put this in the don't know section. Bounty is a coconut chocolate bar. I believe it's like either bars or like round discs. And you might hear, oh, there was like a fire truck that passed by. Anyway, it's okay. I'm not really a fan of coconut with chocolate bars. I like it in chocolate, like in desserts, but not really in chocolate bars per se. I don't really know why, but not really the biggest fan. I don't dislike it though. And I would eat it if somebody gave it to me, so I put it in the C tier. Butterfinger. Butterfingers were huge back in the day. The Simpsons, Bart Simpson in particular, was in some commercials advertising it. I think it has peanut butter in it. If I do recall correctly, again, I haven't had this in years, it has like some kind of a wafery, something crispy inside of it. It's okay. Again, not one I would choose to buy, but I would eat if it was presented before me. So I'm going to put this as a C. Caramilk. Caramilk is the mystery. How do you get the caramel in the Caramilk bar? It's very runny. It's very caramelly. It's very sweet. And I know they're all sweet because it's chocolate, but I feel as though Caramilk is particularly sweet. And it's messy too. Again, if I was desperate, I might eat it. If there was a C minus, I would put it in C minus, D plus area. But if I had to choose between C and D, I think I might actually put it in D because it's very sweet and it's messy. This, what does this even say? Something Chew. Never heard of it. Charleston Chew? I think it says Charleston Chew. Maybe you can only find this in Charleston. I definitely have never seen it here in Canada, and I don't recall seeing it at the stores when I've gone to the States. I don't know this one, so I'm going to put this as a don't know. Kit Kat. So there are 2 Kit Kats in this list. One Kit Kat I like more than the other, but this is here. So, I like it. I tend to prefer, like, if there's a chocolate bar that, Kit Kat comes in, like, 4 little sticks, right, that are connected. You kind of, like, rip them up. And the Kit Kat Chunky is just, like, one big bar. If there's something that's more individualized, like the Kit Kat sticks versus a bigger version where it's just, like, one big stick, I always like the one with the smaller sticks better. I think it's a proportion of chocolate to the other things. So, in this case, like, the wafer and stuff. All that being said, it's still really good. This is going to be our first A tier. Coffee Crisp. This is S tier. Coffee Crisp has a light coating of chocolate, some wafers in it, and the wafers have a coffee flavored taste. It's kind of like, it's very airy, it's very wafery, so it's very light. And I feel even like the chocolatiness is not too rich, it's just light enough, and it tastes great with, you guessed it, coffee, some black coffee. So I'm going to put this in as an S. Hershey's Cookies and Cream. I remember back in the day, I'm going to make myself sound really old by saying this, there was a commercial that would probably never fly these days, but the slogan at the end of it was like Hershey's Cookies and Cream. It's kind of like white chocolate with a little soul. So anyway, some cringe 90s commercials for you. Anyway, Cookies and Cream, so it's white chocolate and it has like pieces of chocolate cookie in it. It's okay. I'm not the biggest white chocolate fan. I prefer dark chocolate or milk chocolate, but it's good. I'd put this in as a B. Crispy Crunch is another S tier. Crispy Crunch is chocolate, has a light chocolate coating. Inside it has like some kind of like a wafer, like a caramel wafer. So it's kind of crispy and crunchy, and it's really good. I had one either last week or the week before. I have been eating a lot of chocolate lately. Don't tell anybody, but I had some last week, and I really enjoy it. It's also one that you don't always see it at the stores, but it's a basic chocolate, so whenever I do see it, I think about it. And then when I'm in the market to buy chocolate, I'll buy it and enjoy it. Crunch. I think, the first time I remember having Crunch was, again, I'm going to sound super old, guys, but I think it might have been like 1993 or 1992, so like 30 years ago. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to know how old I am soon enough. Anyway, they used to taste a lot better back then. The chocolate was a better quality. So basically, it's a milk chocolate, and it has like crispy, like Rice Krispies in it. Not Rice Krispie squares, but just like crisped rice. It's pretty good. The chocolate these days aren't as good. I'm going to put this in as a B. I would still eat it, but if this was 30 years ago, this might even be an S tier, but as it stands today, it's a B tier for me. Crunchy. I like crunchy. It's a chocolate bar that has like a spongy inner that has like caramel drizzle in it, kind of, and it's coated with chocolate. It's very light, it's very light to the touch, and it's very easy to eat. It's kind of crunchy. It is S tier. This, I have no idea what this is. Don't know it, so it goes in the don't know section. Dame, don't know it, never heard of it, goes in the don't know section. Cadbury Dairy Milk. So this is, again, just regular plain milk chocolate. Again, plain milk chocolate is something I would eat if somebody gave it to me, but it's not something I would buy. I wouldn't choose to buy milk chocolate. So, but it's good though. Like, it's the basis of everything that's here, basically. So I guess I'll put it in as a B. Yeah, it's a B. I don't know what this is. I have seen this packaging before, but I don't know what this is. So this goes here. Flake. I think I've had this a handful of times in my lifetime. As the name suggests, I think it's pretty flaky. It's almost a little dry tasting. Yeah, you know what? I don't think I've had it since I've been like a real adult. And I feel as though it's kind of a thing where, as like a kid or a teenager, I wouldn't have appreciated it as much as I might today. But all I have are those old memories, and those old memories are this chocolate is so dry. So in that regard, I'm going to put it as a D. Galaxy, I've seen this. I don't think I've had a Galaxy bar, so this goes here. Mr. Good Bar, I feel as though I've had this in my lifetime, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it tastes like. I think I might have peanuts in it, but I don't know. So it goes in the don't know section. O. Henry is S tier. O. Henry is chocolate bar with peanuts and caramel or fudge or something. I don't even know. So good. It's got peanuts, so it fills you up, gives you a little bit of protein. Can't complain. Now, Hershey's. This is just like a milk chocolate bar again. Very similar to the Cadbury Dairy Milk. Whoopsie daisy. It's basic. I wouldn't choose to buy it, but I wouldn't say no if somebody presented it before me. Let's scroll down a little bit. So I'm going to put this in a B as well. Same with Jersey Milk. This is just Nielsen's version of the other two that we talked about just now. So this also goes in the B category. This Kinder Chocolate Bar, I don't know if I've had a Kinder Chocolate Bar before. We were talking about the Bueno. I think I've had like the Bueno before. I don't know how different or if this Kinder Bar is different, so I'm going to put this in the I don't know section. Kit Kat, I have Kit Kats probably the most frequently these days. There's a grocery store right across my house, and they sell them for like $1. And it's just really easy to get, so I get them probably more often than I should, guys. So I really like it. I think, you know what? You know how I was talking about the proportions of Kit Kat, chunky versus regular Kit Kat? And I put the Kit Kat chunky in A tier. I think I might need to do some switching around because I think that this regular Kit Kat should go in A tier, and I think the Kit Kat Chunky can go in B tier. M&M plain or chocolate. I like this. I like the peanut ones better, but there are times, guys, where I just have a real hankering for some M&M chocolate candies. So I think I'd have to put them up in the A tier because I quite like them. Maltesers. Maltesers are chocolates. I kind of forget that they exist until I see them at the store. Maltesers remind me of my childhood. I remember my uncle used to always have lots of like Maltesers around. So Maltesers are they're like little balls, like spongy balls, and like when I say spongy, because I mentioned spongy before for coffee crisp, I don't mean it's like a sponge like how like your dish sponge is spongy like that. I mean spongy as it's kind of like foamy looking, but it's actually solid. Anyway, Maltesers are like they're spongy in the middle, and they have like a malt flavor to it, so it's kind of like a different taste. It's a bit of an acquired taste, or you just like it or you don't like it type of a thing. Again, I feel that it's more of a mature chocolate bar, like not really for kids, but more for like adults. I think I would call this A tier. Mars bar. Mars bar is a chocolate bar that I have very seldom, but there are times when I just have a real craving for Mars bars. And Mars bars, like, they're so like thick and dense, like they really satisfy you. Like, say if you're, you should eat, proper meals, but sometimes you might be out and about, you're in a rush or whatever, you just need something to eat quickly. If I needed a chocolate bar for, like, whatever reason that I need to just eat quickly to just get, like, a burst of sugar or just a feeling of fullness, in addition to the ones that have peanuts that actually have, like, protein, Mars bars are ones that I would choose as well. Again, I don't have this too often, but I do enjoy it when I do. It's pretty sweet, too, though. So anyway, I'm going to put this in A tier. Milky Way. I'm sure I've had this in my lifetime, and I'm pretty sure it's just milk chocolate, but I don't know, so I'm going to put this in the don't know section. Aero, the mint flavored Aero, so again, this is very similar to the regular Aero, just that this one's mint chocolate. I do like mint chocolate. I wish there were junior mints on this list, because that would be S tier. Aero, I like the flavor, but I don't think it's S tier. I would call this A tier. This is, again, something you don't often see Aero, at least in Canada, in Toronto. You don't often see it available, but you see it often enough, I suppose. Eat More. I haven't had an Eat More chocolate bar probably in about 20 years. My mom used to really like them. So Eat More chocolate bars, I believe they're like a peanut situation, and they aren't like regular chocolate bars. This might sound weird, but they're like kind of floppy. Like, they're not like solid. Like, if you were to put one, like the end of one in your hands, the other end of it would like kind of flop down. I know, very weird description. They're very soft. It's okay. I would never choose to buy this. If somebody were to give it to me, I would eat it. So I'm going to put this in the C tier. Three Musketeers. I also had this last week. I haven't had this in ages, and this is also a chocolate bar that you don't always see at the store, at least here in Canada. So it's I would say it's kind of similar to Mars bars, except for the inside is a lighter chocolate. Or it's kind of moussey, actually. I don't know how to describe it, but it's actually quite good. It's also very sweet. Tastes good with coffee. I'm going to put this as an A tier. Reeses. I love Reeses. I love the cups. I love the peanut butter, the bits. No, Reese's Pieces. Love Reese's. And it's good, and it has a little extra protein because it has the peanut butter, and it just tastes really good. This is S tier. Next we have Rolo. Rolo is another one that I would never choose. To me, I don't know. It's just very sweet, and it's messy, and it's just you don't really see people eating these too much these days. It's not terrible. I feel kind of bad. I'm actually going to put in the D tier. It's not horrible, but it's just not for me. Score bars. Now, this is S tier right here. Score bars. I remember when I was younger, my aunts used to always have score bars. And I always thought it was kind of like a mature, sophisticated chocolate bar because my aunts were like, sophisticated ladies. I'm like, oh, it's like for grown-ups. And when I was a kid, this just seemed more mature, I was into O. Henry's or other candies and stuff, and this just seemed really grown for me. But I'm grown now, and I love it. It's only 210 calories, and what's even better are the Score Bites. Oh my gosh, do not put a bag of Score Bites in front of me because it will be devoured in no time. No time at all. Smarties. So Smarties in Canada, it's not Smarties in the U.S. Smarties in the U.S. is just a candy, like a little pill-like candy. Smarties in Canada are kind of similar to M&M chocolates. They are candy-coated chocolates. They are flatter. They're a bit bigger than M&Ms, though. They're pretty good. I think if I were to give the edge over to one of the two, either M&Ms or Smarties, I'd give it to M&M chocolate. But I do enjoy Smarties. Actually, no, scratch that. Sometimes I just you flip-flop them too much you like. I would say they're pretty even, so I'm also going to put this one on the A tier. Yorkie, I know Yorkie dogs. I do not know Yorkie the chocolate. Snickers, very similar to Mars, other than it has peanuts in it as well. It's pretty tasty. It's also very filling. I'm going to put this as A tier. Twix, I love Twix. So Twix is like the two sticks. It has a wafer in between and a layer of caramel, and it's really good. It's a little messy. It can kind of get stuck in your teeth a little bit, but, just brush your teeth afterwards. You'll be fine. This is one of my faves. I'm going to put this as S tier. Wonder Bar. I've had Wonder Bar in my life. I haven't had it in a very long time. I can't even remember right now if it has peanuts in it or not. I think it might. I think it does, actually. I think it has peanut butter. And it has a wafer. I would say it's kind of similar to a Mr. Big Bar, except for it's not as crunchy. I feel as though you can kind of bend it a little bit. It's not super, super solid. It's okay. It's passable. Again, it's not something I would choose, but it's something that I would eat if somebody gave it to me as well. I'll put this as a B. So, all right. So we're all done here. We've got 6 in S tier. We've got 7 in A tier. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in B tier. I'm going to rank my favorites amongst these top 3 tiers. So I'll start with B tier. Amongst this group, I would say that my favorite would be the Kit Kat. Amongst the A group, I would say my favorite would be maybe Three Musketeers. And then S tier. This is hard. I think, ultimately, I think my favorite on S tier, from S tier, is O. Henry. And I would say Score comes a close second. Yeah. Alright, guys, so that's my rankings. Let me know, are you very similar to me? Would you say about 90% of your favorites match with my favorites? Do you think I got things totally wrong? Could you sell me on caramel or flake or Rolo or Bueno, Butterfinger or Bounty or Eat More? I don't know. Let me know, guys. Let me know what you think of this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you later on Yay Fun Times. Bye, everybody.